Right, and today perhaps a return to form with a more traditional update from this channel. Let's have a look at some Trench Crusade. Yeah. Okay, yes, this is a somewhat more familiar topic to my channel than the previous video, and we're back with a new project. This is Trench Crusade, a war game that's recently caused quite a stir in the wargaming world by netting about $3 million, or in excess of $3 million on Kickstarter. This is the previous Kickstarter, which was possibly last year and sent to me in July. So rather than a fully fleshed out game and setting and so on, which we are promised in the next one, this was a handful of figures, and this is the first two. So this was filmed by a guy called James Sheriff, and the artist, I can't remember his name. But such was the influence of this small set of figures, of which this is but two, that various names have stepped in. Thomas Peronen of Games Workshop fame, sort of after my time. He was around doing stuff while I was not in the hobby, but a very famous name for some of you. But this is before then, so we have a religious warfare theme going on here, and we've got two radically different sized miniatures here. This guy is called the Ammo Monk, and he is a standard-ish sized 32mm, 28mm figure on a 25mm base. This guy, the Trench Communicant Tank Hunter, somewhat bigger, as you can see. So yeah, this is the start of it, and they come with some rather splendid art cards. So here we have the tank hunter and his mate. There's a witchfinder there, a battlefield nurse, he says, knocking the camera, a regular trench pilgrim, I think it's called the trench pilgrim, but regular schmo with a rifle. And finally this guy, possibly my favourite, the observer. I'll go into these more detail as I have the painted figures. I have the unpainted figures for the remainder of these, or the semi-painted figures, I suppose, as it goes. And yeah, I'll cover them in some more detail. So the setting itself is our world, but went badly wrong about 1,000 years ago. So during the first crusade, a bunch of crusaders did something rotten, opened up a gate to hell, a portal to hell, and literally unleashed hell on the earth, and humanity has been at war with the forces of hell ever since. That's the setting in a nutshell. As I say, look around on YouTube, search Trench Crusade, not just a Scanner Barkley, but look for a Scanner Barkley's content. He covers it in some detail. Also, trenchcrusade.com, there is a lot about the lore there as well, if you prefer reading rather than listening. Both worth a look. Other channels exist, also worth a look, well worth your time as well. There's quite a vibrant community around this game. So the figures themselves are CO cast, so the newish thing. It's also known as Warlord resin. It's what Infinity, Corvus Belli are using for the larger Infinity models, that sort of thing. Here is the alternative pose Trench Communicant, and he is quite difficult to assemble. So yeah, he may feature on the channel, or I may just try and put him away somewhere. But yeah, I'll get him put together at some point. So it's that slightly flexible plastic, hard plastic, so you can still scrape the mould lines away, kinda. It's super glue to assemble. As a bonus, you get a look at the basing for these, so it's fairly simple. Some bits of cork, some scrap bits of MDF, some bit of rock, that might be a random bit of resin sprue. It's just get a base, glue some crap to it, and then fill in the rest with vehicle modelling paste, texture paste, whatever the flip that stuff called, the ground up rock, and you just smear it on the base, as you can see there. So that's two figures, a small start, but a start. And yeah, the Kickstarter for Trench Crusade itself has ended. was hoping to do these before it had ended in a desperate attempt for this channel to be relevant, but evidently that didn't happen. So here we are, the usual me behind the times to a certain extent. Well, there we go, that is it for this update. I'll have more Trench Crusade, the figures I've shown you from the art cards, those are coming up, and lots of other stuff that I haven't yet completed that's nowhere near making a video about. Well, thank you very much for watching, those of you that are still here. I'm going to nick off now. I'm going to say goodbye. Cheerio now.